Yo, what's good? It's your boy PK Goldbeard, man. I'm here to teach y'all how to play One Piece and how to get in the game with one of the hottest decks out right now. Don't mind this caption, man. Don't mind the captions you see under here. I couldn't make a deck under 50 bucks. Don't listen to that. What I did, I made a bet deck under 100 bucks and it wins, and here you go. So roll it. All right, y'all. Before you spend $1, before you even think about building anything, download the Bandai TCG Plus app. I'm serious. Do it before you even buy cards. Here's why. Most people go buy a deck, they get home, they don't even sleeve it up, and then they realize they don't have nobody to play with, right? So the deck just sits in a drawer, and that's how this hobby dies for most people, right? The app fixes that. So here's 3 things it does. 1, it finds your games, right? You open it up, it shows you every shop near you running One Piece. We have weekly tournaments, casual game nights, pre-releases, and special events. You'd be surprised what's 20 minutes from your own house, right? 2, it's how you really register, right? You don't walk in and just sign a clipboard. You register through the app, right? It gets really competitive for pre-release, so knowing the day before when it gets live on the app helps. But registering on the app helps you play in the tournament, and it lets you know what's going on. And number 3, actually playing in the tournament. You need this during the tournament. I can't tell you how many times I walked into a tournament and a new player doesn't even have the app, right? They just came to the store. So this not only tells you, about what time the tournament starts, how many people are in it, but it also gives you your pairings through the apps. So when the round starts, you check your phone, it tells you your table number and who you're playing. You report that result through it as well. So if you show up without it and you don't have no phone, you're kind of dead in the water, right? So download it first, find a game night near you, then build a deck, because now you got somewhere to take it. All right. Now let's get into what a deck actually is. So I'm gonna make this really quick, but it's simpler than people make it sound, all right? A One Piece deck has 3 things. We're starting off with your leader. It's the one card, it sits up the whole game. This is the card everything else is built around, right? It decides your colors, it basically decides your whole game plan and identity. I personally like to have my leader in a glass little acrylic case. Some people like to have it in a different color sleeve, but whatever case is, treat your leader very special. Number 2, we got your main deck, right? This is 50 cards. Characters, events, stages, every card in there has to match your leader's colors. I know that might get confusing, but let's say your leader is red. That means all the cards in your deck have to be red. Alright, now moving on to the Don deck. There's 10 Don cards. Those are your resources. It's how you pay for everything. It comes with your starter, and you never have to think about it again, alright? Some people like to have really, really fancy Dons. Some people like to have basic Dons. It don't matter, they all do the same thing. The one thing I ask is that if you sleeve the Dons a different color than your main deck. Nobody wants to see you shuffle the Dons in your deck and then you gotta look through your whole deck to find your Dons again. It's embarrassing, you know what I mean? Just pro tip, look it out. And that's it, leader 50, 10 Don. Alright, if you play Magic or Pokemon and you're waiting for the complicated part, there really isn't one. This game is genuinely easier to pick up than either. Alright, now that I kind of broke down the whole what a leader is, the main deck, and your Don deck, I'm going to throw you right into the wolves and teach you how to build the deck you need. We're going to start off with Green Blue Luffy, Impel Down, one of the hottest guys out right now. We call him Goofy. Just yesterday, he won a 31 extra grand battle. First place, of course, and the whole thing costs less than a booster box. So I'm gonna show you the leader, why the deck is cheap, and exactly what you need to put in your TCG player cart. So stick around. Let's see what happens here, right? First off, you gotta start off with the king of the pirates, Monkey D. Luffy, OP 1622. All right, so it's green and blue. All right, it's 4 life, 5,000 power, and then of course he's an Impel Down, and you can't forget the straw hat, right? So what does it really do? Once per turn on your main phase, if the only characters on your field are Impel Down type characters, you set up the 2 your Dons as active. So read that again if you need to, because it's doing 2 things at once, alright? The good part, the 2 Don back. So every single turn for free, that's 2 extra resources, okay? So over a 5-turn game, that's 10 extra Don. That's not a normal little small edge, you know, that's a whole different game, right? And then the catch is only Impel Down characters on your field, right? So one non-Impel Down guy sitting there and the whole engine shuts off, right? Now, most people hear restriction, right? And think that's the downside. That restriction is exactly why the deck costs less than $70 instead of $300, to be honest. So why is this deck so cheap? All right, think about what the leader's telling you. He's saying play Impel Down. That's it. That's the whole deck building instruction, right? So with that being said, you're not shopping the whole entire card pool looking for the best cards in the game. You're shopping one small pocket of it, and that pocket is mostly commons and uncommons out of a current set that just came out. So you know what that means? It means it's everywhere and it's cheap, okay? So meanwhile, the expensive decks are expensive because everybody's fighting over the same 12 cards in the format, right? Nobody's fighting you over a 2-cent bond card. The restriction isn't really a weakness, it's a filter that keeps you out of the expensive aisle, to be honest. And speaking of expensive aisle, guys, let's quickly go over some of the cards. You got your number 1, probably most expensive card on the list. I'm not talking about the alt printings, I'm just talking about regular printings. Your most expensive base printing is probably your Gravity Blade, Raging Tiger. It costs 7 Don, but is one of the strongest cards in the game because it can remove 2 characters, right? So removing 2 characters from the field is pretty strong. Your second card is your Mr. 3. Pretty strong effect. It is an SR, but it's $5, right? So need 4 of them, so that's about $20 just the Mr. 3. I will say Mr. 3 is pretty strong because you can trash him, draw more cards, and then up to 1 opponent's character with a cost of 9 or less can attack, right? So that's pretty strong because 9 or less, you basically are covering almost a wide field of threats to stop, right? And then your number 3 that's going to cost you a lot of money is your Prisoner Impel Down, right? Some people run 8 of them, some people run 12 of them, but under the rules of the game, you can have any number of this card in your deck. So it's really a special card. And let's talk about why it's so special. It's a blue 6 cost, 6,000 power, 2,000 counter. When you get more into the game, you realize that the 2,000 counters are really good to have, and having as many as you want of this card basically means you're not praying for it to come to your hand. It just always kind of just comes, right? There's so many good searchers for it, and it's really reliable, right? It's probably the most reliable card in the format, right? And that's what really separates it. Not because it's really flashy, it's just really reliable, and also it does something that nobody else is allowed to do, right? So straight answer on how to buy this without getting even a lot about the shipping, I'm putting a link down in the bio, you know what I'm saying? Here's the deck list right here. Pause it, screenshot it, whatever you need to do. But you really want to get the cheapest route by buying from as few sellers as possible. This is the big one. 20 cards from 20 sellers means 20 shipping fees, and suddenly your $70 deck costs like 120, right? So use the optimizer, take the slightly higher cards prices, and pay shipping twice instead of 15 times. All right. Now, with all this being said, who is this deck really for, right? Take an honest take before you buy anything. This deck rewards you for playing around one rule. Keep the field clean, keep the engine on. It's a pretty simple thing to learn and a hard thing to do perfectly, right? Which makes it a genuinely good deck to get better with because the mistakes are obvious. You'll know exactly why you lost and exactly what to do next time, right? It's not the flashiest thing at the table, but it's a grinder, right? You're gonna dirtle around and out-resource people until they run out of gas. You're gonna love it, right? If you wanna blow somebody up on turn 4, this probably isn't the deck for you. And it's taken first on many tournaments still. So nobody gets to tell you that this is budget pile, all right? Before you go spend $1, I'm serious about this. Go play the deck for free. There's no official One Piece client. Bandai got a tutorial app, and that's about it. But there's a fan-made simulator called OPTCG Sim, built by a guy who goes by Batsu. And it's honestly one of the best things the community has going for it, right? And here's what it does. Every card in the game is free. All of them. You build whatever deck you want in the editor. This list, a $300 meta deck, it really doesn't matter. And you queue up against real people online. So with that, you got 3 different queues. You got a Western, an Eastern, and an Unlimited. And plus, this runs on Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and iOS. So the link is in the description. All right, now, so with that being said, $75 deck right here, really $68. You can make it fancy. I don't want to show you the fancy price. First place deck though, for sure. The card numbers are in the description. You can download the sim, build it for free. If it clicks, download the Bandai TCG Plus app, find a game night near you, and go take somebody's lunch money with a deck full of 2-cent commons. And I'm Goldbeard, and that's Pirate Treasure. Fair winds, by the way, brodies.